Okay, or 2 for 2. Technically 2 for 3 because that one, I didn't know that was possible. As I said, we don't blame ourselves for first time as it happens. Well, she's being recorded on the other phone. By the way, in this interval, no fewer than 2 police cars passed by. One seems to be military police, like the one from the state police, if you're not proper technology. The other one was the municipal guard. One farther away, not quite next to me, and the other one next to me, but through the highway. So, for the crimes you're seeing. And as I said, it's just hellbound in just proving every single crime that they do to me. The most unbelievable ones. I had a much better name before, but I didn't want to take any risks as it was typing. It kept changing on me. All the titles are gonna have to be renamed. Views, so Tanya is likely to watch that one as well. I'm gonna ask her to. Don't need you. I need to change the short, as I said. I was gonna pick it up instead of changing for the second one. We're gonna change the shoe. So for that, you see all that. You see those crimes. You see the digital crimes. You got to see for the stalking. You see that they were accessing it. By the way, the other one stopped abruptly. That was me. I realized that I had to do in a way to guarantee that things are safe. Even though I don't really have to, because that's not the only source recording, as turns out. Right? So, at the end of the day, but I still wanted to. Just to be on the safer side. And with that in mind, you see what they did to the previous one, which was abruptly interrupted by then just crushing the phone before you had a chance to actually review it. So remember what I just said before about the deliberately and gross mischaracterization of an event, which is what actually happened, me turning around and being astounded by a dude just massing through the things, and even a homeless person. And this right underneath, not just underneath, but being illuminated by the security camera in a place that's hidden away, and it goes specifically for the one thing, even though there are things with much greater value on top of it, just literally on the open. Just like, you have a guy just running for the thing and there's a gun on top of there. But so there's a stalker car nearby. And again, for value credibility, as I was just talking around, and on top of all the things you just got to see, again, that's car very much nearby. 1 second. So, as I was talking before, because credibility is a double-lane thing, right? You saw me describing. There you go. That's the evidence you need. Now, this is pretty dark. I don't know if you have a full picture of how dark this is. For you to have this random fuck-off vehicle that is hiding away and moving out at the same time. And notice the angle. Notice how you could see that through the actual corner only. That's because the phone is mostly facing forward, not in the vertical position. Because again, I've been doing this for a while, and I am very self-aware of the positions and the things where they go. So, just you have a good picture of that. And this is how dark it is. Again, it's neutral now. This is how dark it is. And I'm still in the dark. Is illuminated there? Again, you can see the shades of that. So now you're online, good. So, and it moves out exactly in the point when you get to see it. So, oh yeah, by the way, notice it kept going forward. You know what that's cute? Because there is no turning point ahead. Even for the overpass or underpass, you have that, you can turn from the highway, right? So, even if you try, and I think that might have been an excuse, either way, not distracted by that one, just something that happened. And I was talking about credibility, right? The things that they said is crazy. As I said, this is me awake. And this is me being eyewitness to that. Now, I really think that the guys who do that here wouldn't do that if I was just passed out, especially if they knew that I wouldn't awake. Because keep in mind, this is a double lane, right? In the other hand, going the other way, if they say that this was an isolated natural event, normal, right? Normal being the key word, and all of a sudden you say that if me here at night, because you can prove the things that they do other days through the other means, right? This is just very explicit because I witnessed it, being awake. That's the major difference. But I'm just saying, you can prove the other ones, and it's proven already, not only for that camera and other cameras and for my own means. It's proven that they do things assault me during the night. So here's the deal. If they say that this is normal, then how do you justify that? Because you're going to notice that the arguments for one disprove the other. So they essentially, they'll be ping-ponging themselves into their own argument. Right? Because the point is, and this is the crucial point, that's the precious part. Precious part. How they sure that I wouldn't wake up? Because if you say that this is the reason they didn't saw anyone around, well, in all the other cases, I'm literally next to it. All the other cases. I'm either down here when the things are behind me, or right here on I sedated on the floor as I saw a couple days. The drugs were too much, or the torture drugs were too much, or the sedatives or whatever. So if the argument is nobody, then how come somebody, right? And also with things of value open, going straight for the bag. The same bag you see everywhere, the same bag you see me carrying. And that's what I started by saying in one of the videos, saying, this is not a bait. It was just the fact that I carry the things, and when they're drugging me, which funny enough, not as much right now, mind you. Or maybe this is a change of wind, something. I was also very productive the other day while talking this time. Or maybe because they're concerned. My point is, they know that I wouldn't wake up because they know that they sedated me to such a degree that they quite literally would mess on my things right next to me and I wouldn't wake up. Potentially even moving my body and I wouldn't wake up. As you saw the other days when they literally removed things from my pocket and I didn't wake up. By the way, as I said, every time, see how it still continues recording? Every time that thing shows up, that's just them. So, and for the record, again. So,